Dear Cameron, Lewis Carroll once said, "Imagination is the only weapon in the war against reality." So let us take his lead and fall headfirst down the cliched rabbit hole. Dear Cameron and fellow imposters, I hope you are well and I hope you are recovering from your homework. I got a little bruised up, but I can't wait for more. So what are we talking about today? We're talking about this famous little girl when she says,
"Give myself very good advice, but I very seldom follow it. Will I ever learn to do the things I should?"
Oh, poor baby. This line is repeated through the movie and book, and it is a quote that reappears in my thoughts often. I give myself very good advice, but I very seldom follow it. When will I learn to do the things I should? I would like to address a pattern that I see in my own life in the hopes that there are others, possibly even you, Cameron, who experience close to the same thing. Every couple of months, I get these subtle but persuasive inclinations to do things I had no inclination to do before. It happens very suddenly and almost without me knowing it. But a moment comes when all at once I feel called to do something or start some project. And usually it is something seemingly insignificant or out of left field. I call the sensation, like I think many people do, my little voice. Some might call it your instinct or conscience.
Are you my conscience?
Yeah. I'm your conscience. We haven't spoken for a while. How are you?
Can't complain.
Yeah, good.
What is a conscience? Well, let's ask the most famous conscience of them all. I guess it's all Disney clips today. I know you won't mind, Cameron, but we'll see if I get a lawsuit.
A conscience is that still, small voice that people won't listen to. That's just the trouble with the world today.
According to Martha Stout, PhD, a consulting psychologist at the Harvard University Medical School, 96% of all people have this little voice. And you know, I agree with Jiminy. I think most people don't follow it. But I mean, why? And I'm asking myself this question too. Why is it so hard to take your own advice? Why is it so hard to say yes to yourself? Now, I owe my little voice a lot. The little voice told me to go to my first college audition where I met my wife. It told me to start whittling, which I don't do anymore. It told me to start drawing every day, to learn French, to quit my first job. Last February, it told me it was time to start doing Aikido. And 2 months ago, it told me to start a podcast. And in my experience, I have found that listening to that little voice is well worth the risk of it being wrong. And you know, it hasn't been wrong. So I've learned this lesson. I believe it to my core. And yet, it is still hard for me to say yes to it. It's difficult every time. Even with tiny things, non-life-changing things, I discover a resistance. So dear Cameron, last week, the little voice popped up again. And it told me that it was time, it's time now, it's time to start drinking coffee.
That's all.
And what, right? What? Why? Why, first of all, and why now? Because, I don't even really like coffee. Where is this coming from? And you know what? On the other side, an even curiouser question is, why not? What is stopping me from just going with it? Maybe the little voice is hard to listen to because it seems to be operating without reason. Or maybe doing something just because you feel like it doesn't seem like an acceptable motivation. People don't just go around doing things just because they want to, right? Which brings us to what I think is the real problem here.
Will I ever learn to do the things I should?
Should is a powerful word. Are we doing things because we should do them or because we want to? And by extension, are we not doing things because we think we shouldn't? That's lame. That's super lame. And you know what? And I want you to ask yourself, what within you are you currently resisting? What a tragedy it is to deny oneself one's life. Now, I could end this right here and I could say, go into the world and follow your conscience. Be free. But as we have established, easier said than done. So then, for you, dear Cameron and all listeners, I have developed Cullen Vance's 3 easy steps to a more fulfilled life and healthy relationship with your subconscious.
How does it work?
Well, it's easy, Diane. You know that little voice in the back of your head?
Do I?
And does it tell you to do random things?
Every damn day.
Well, when that happens, remember this. Red light, yellow light, green light. 3 simple steps. Step 1, red light. When that little voice tells you something, stop and say, hey, my little voice told me something. And say, hey, I heard you, little voice. Your little voice will appreciate it. Step 2, yellow light. Pause and think. Will this action hurt or endanger myself or others? For instance, using multiple credit cards to buy that new car might not be a grand idea. But learning the history of Peru won't hurt anybody. I think. Big things like quitting your job might take extra consideration. And finally, step 3, green light, the most important part. If your little voice survives the yellow light stage, then smile and say yes, and enjoy your new rewarding experiences. 3 simple steps: red light, yellow light, green light. It's that easy, Diane. In brief, if it ain't gonna hurt anybody, just go ahead and do it.
I think we've had enough of this nonsense.
As always, Cameron, I wish only the best to you and yours. Sincerely, in the cause of the coffee I drank this morning, Cullen.
Well, guess he won't need me anymore. What does an actor want with a conscience anyway?